afternoon and welcome to Fat Girls Can Run. I thought I'd spend a bit of time talking about my kit. I know I've sort of glossed over it in the past. I think my first video I talked a little bit about my kit, but I thought you might want to see a sort of close-up of what I've got and what I use. So these are, first of all, most important thing, shoes. Make sure you've got the correct shoes. Don't go out running in your plimp soles or your Converse trainers or your baseball shoes or whatever else you think is cool to run in. It will absolutely knacker your feet. You'll end up with sore ankles, you'll probably mess up your knees and all sorts of things. So make sure you invest in a really good pair of trainers. These ones weren't expensive. This is actually a British make called Karrimor. I liked them because they were pink and they were a bit girly, and occasionally I like to be a little bit girly. These are called Tempos. They've got really good cushioning in the soles, so they're like running on memory foam, and they've got really good grip if you're running on trails. So number one important, buy a decent pair of shoes. These actually cost me about £15 in the sales. They retail for about £80 or £90, so you can get some bargains out there. Just shop around online, go to your local sort of sports superstore and just see what they've got, and take your time, try on a few pairs, see what's comfortable. Occasionally you might have to go up half a size, because as you're running your feet sweat, they get a bit hot and they swell up, so you might want to consider going up half a size in these. So most important thing first, get the right pair of trainers. Secondly, and I've talked about this before, is the old bosoms. You must make sure you've got some sports bras. These ones, again, not expensive. This is an XL one, Athletic Works Ladies Dri-More. Again, £7, that's not a lot of money. Good thing about these is you just literally pull them on over your top, and they're nice and stretchy, and they just keep everything in place when you're out running. I've actually got two of these. This is the first one I bought in purple, just to see what it was like, and it's really comfy. I don't get any soreness, I don't get any discomfort when I'm running. So those two you just literally pull on over your head, and as I said, they just come in small, medium, large and XL. I think XL's the biggest they do. These are a 20. And then online I actually got this one, which is actually to my cup size, and this is a 42C. I actually do feel, though the support is the same, I actually prefer this bra. I just think it gives me a bit more shape. That is the only difference really between this one and this one, and they were about the same price. I want to say I paid about £7 for this online, so again it wasn't expensive. The only tricky thing with this one, I don't know whether you can see that on the back, is it's got a double do-up on the back, which means you do either need to get someone to help you put it on because you can't reach the top one, or which I do occasionally, do the top one up first and then slip it over my head and then do the bottom one up. So that's the two sports bras. This one's just called Sport. Next thing is your bottoms. These are sort of 3/4 length ones. Again, I got these in Walmart. I want to say they were about £10, not expensive. They've got this sort of anti-sweat technology on the side, so that if you do get a bit clammy, it actually comes away from the body, doesn't make you soaking wet when you're running. These at the moment are my favourites, obviously because it's really hot at the moment. So these are sort of 3/4 length. But for the winter, I've actually got some long ones there, and again they've got in the black and the pink. And again, these are the Athletic Works Dri-More ones, and again these are an XL in a 20. And again, I want to say they're only about £10 from Asda, also known as Walmart. Not expensive, and again they've got this Dri-More technology, which means that when you sweat, you don't get soaking wet. It actually evaporates off the skin and keeps you really comfy. Now for the fit. feet, I'm actually using proper, again, running socks, trainer socks. The reason for that is they've got built-in charcoal, they've got anti-odour in them, and again, your feet don't get all smelly and wet and disgusting, which is the last thing you want. Actually, also helps to keep your trainers smelling like proper trainers. Your trainers don't smell like old cheese, they just smell like your ordinary trainers, which is brilliant. Nobody wants cheesy smelly trainers around the house. So again, I recommend investing in some socks. Again, I don't think these were expensive. I think I want to say I got sort of 2 pairs for about £10. So top-wise, I'm just wearing these sleeveless £2 cotton t-shirts, which again I got in the supermarket, and they weren't expensive, as I said, £2. And even if I just wear them for this summer and then throw them away, I'm not bothered. I have just recently bought, and as I said, it's inside out, which is not very handy, a proper running top. But what I found with this, again, this is this Dri-More technology, and it's sort of silky, shiny material. What happens if you're a big girl, when you're running along, everything seems fine, and it slowly starts to creep up, and you end up showing all your flab, which is not very attractive. So again, this is an XL, which is meant to be an 18-20. And it does fit, but while you're running along, it tends to ride up a bit, so that's good. This is my little gadget for my phone. It just goes on your arm like this, and obviously I've got my headphones in there already, and you can put your headphones in, you run along to music, and it's, you know, it's just there on your arm, and it just stays on your arm. I want to say this was about £2 or £3 on the internet, not very expensive. Worth investing in if you like to run with music, because obviously you don't have any pockets in any of these sort of trousers. So unless you want to wear something bulky, which I did start off wearing this. This is my water belt. And I did start wearing this. It's got a little pocket that you can put bits and bobs in. But what I found, I didn't like the feeling of the water around my waist as I was jogging along. It sort of thump, 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 thump. It got really uncomfortable after a while. So I've kind of abandoned this at the moment, but I am looking for something else like this. I've seen ones with smaller bottles, which it has 2 bottles, which hopefully evens out the sort of weight distribution. So I'm hoping to get one of those a bit later in the year. And last but not least, I've got a little head buff. This is actually called Giraffe, it's not a buff. I know buff is a trade name as such, but one of these little gizmos where you can either wear it as a scarf, you can wear it as a headband, you can wear it as a sweatband. In this sort of weather, when you need a hat, you can just slip it on your head, and there you go, you've got a nice little hat to wear, keeps the sun off your head. So you can wear it in a variety of different ways. I think it's a great investment, either in this sort of temperature or in the winter when you want to be a little bit warmer. And obviously it soaks up all the disgusting sweat, which today it really is stormingly hot. Very unusual for Britain. Again, about £10 this one was, and it actually says on it, "too fat to run?" ? Which obviously we know nobody is too fat to run. I am living proof of that. So there we go, a little update on my kit. Hopefully you found this interesting. If you'd like any more information on the individual items, you'll find it in the description below, and I'll see you all soon. Take care everybody, bye.